Hi. So uh, now I'll be making the review of game number 10. Um, I made the review of game number 9 already. I was considering um, making both of them on the same video, but it got way too extended. So we are jumping right in, and I made 5 blunders on this game. So the takeaway is that I need to play games with larger time controls, probably 20 minutes with 10 seconds or 20 minutes with 15 seconds increment. Um, and even if I start doing those ones and I still find myself a lot of time losing with time, I will need to go for the 30 minutes. Um, but anyway, let's just check the game. The game was kind of, let's say, for me it was tricky. The opening, uh, the previous game was already tricky, so it was like 56 and 46 for me. This is really bad. He had a brilliant move, and here it says that I had 8 blunders, but on the previous screen it said I had 5 blunders, so I'm going with 5. Um, let's review it really fast. So it started with this Fianchetto. I think this is called the Ratty opening. I'm not fully sure because chess.com calls it the names of it, or Larson, something Larson. I don't know those ones. It's something like that. But I think it's called the Ratty. But anyway, so this type of openings that I do not normally come across so often. I always need to spend a couple minutes on the beginning trying to understand what will be the power of this bishop from the beginning here. Where will he castle, if he will castle? Which pawn break will he try to go for, if any? So I need to think all of these things before playing. And here actually I was considering if I would go for the c3 or the c5, c6 or c5. But anyway, during the opening, so the game was more or less flatline until move 17, I believe. So according to the engine, till here this is all book moves. It's now considered the English opening because it has the c4. So probably it started one way but ended in a position that is normal from the English opening. I played this knight. I had to develop the knight. It says that the best for me would be to actually play this. Okay, playing e5 looks a little bit a bit strange because he might take this pawn and I take it, and now I have this open file. Maybe that's actually the idea, like, okay. Probably this is one of the ideas of defending the English. To be honest, I don't know. I never studied out what are the main ideas of the English. Probably I should. Yeah, but it now makes sense. Now, after thinking a little bit, yeah, because I was just thinking, if I take like this, I was thinking that I would have a isolated pawn, but no. But still, after this, there's this, and there are two attackers here, which I think it's easily solvable with the rook on e8. But then he can also play d4, and I can attack his knight, which is, he comes here and he needs to go there, and then I make the final hit, something like this. Okay, but I played the knight. I wasn't aware of which pawn structure I should go for, but still, the black is in a slight advantage. This was a passive move, but still good. I mean, here I started thinking on a develop of the light square bishop. After the castle, I was like already seeing my bishops both here on the diagonals, maybe here or maybe here. So that's why I started slowly. My idea was actually to go slowly, developing this and then open the position. So this was my idea, and I think, okay, this move was not great, but it was not bad. So I was maintaining I was solid. Like at the moment this was a draw, and I had 7 minutes and he had 12. He went back, and I was really enjoying the game because it was being like super strategic. We were both like, okay, we trade those initial pawns, but now we are just setting up our pieces for the big fight. I brought my rook here since I wanted to eventually open this bishop, and he played that. I thought that, hey, let's develop the rook also. I think I didn't like taking, because you take, and if I take, you take, and I would have a rook here that I could attack right away, but he probably would go here or here, and I don't know, it didn't seem so interesting to take. I was also afraid of taking and it taking, and then this bishop here limited a bit my moves here. Oh, okay, the engine recommended him to play g2 so that he could fianchetto to the bishop. Okay. Anyway, till here so far so good. I have 4 minutes and he has 9 minutes. So I retreated my bishop to say that first it's not in front of my queen, because if he takes, I'll take, and he takes, I'll take, and then I can come up with the queen, and I have this. Anyway, my idea was to have another defender here. So now he went back. I gained a little bit of advantage. I really didn't understand this. I was trying to find out. That's why I lost another couple seconds. I opened finally the white square bishop. He moved here. Then I understood. So till here, like, everything is okay, and now it really starts. I have 1 minute and he has 6 minutes, and we both have all the pieces developed, and so there are a lot of possibilities. And here, that's the moment that you want to reach this part of the game and actually have time to think about the options that I have available, because when you have two bishops like this and you still have a lot of pieces, you can think a lot about tactics. It's funny because I say some funny words. Okay, this was my first mistake. This was my first blunder, and again, when I played it, I had 28 seconds, so I was already like stressing out. And initially, it seemed okay, and it took a while to. Yeah, it took 4 minutes to reply to this move. And I think that he was thinking that there was something more that he was not seeing, because actually he could take my knight. I would take, and you take with his knight, or you take with the rook. I would take with the bishop, you take the bishop with the knight. If I would take the rook, you take my rook, and you'd be in an advantage, because you'd have one bishop more than me. So probably I think that he spent so much time thinking because he just felt there was something after. That's what I think, or maybe he actually didn't see that it would be winning for him to take. Maybe he was considering, if I take, it takes, and then if I do this, maybe it does this, and maybe there is some type of tactic. I don't know. I think that he was just considering. But this was my first blunder, and again, but he also replied bad, and now it's on my side, and I'm like stressing out with time, so I just say, let's take the first piece that I can take. Let's bring the bishop here with the idea of, after coming with the queen here, that's what I was thinking. He immediately moves the king away. He could have this check, and here probably there were a lot of tactics that both of us missed, like, because we are both playing really bad. Just look at this, incredible. And yeah, and now we are both with, he has 30 seconds and I have 28. Now he found this brilliant move, but I thought that, I mean, this is the Greek gift, and I felt if I take, it checks, and he also has this one here, so even if I come to the front, that normally is the best solution, he can come here and then make a discovery. I didn't have time to calculate all the stuff, and since I know this can be very poisoning to take and then have the check, and then this queen comes here, and with this bishop also here, I just said no, I'm not gonna take it. So so this was another blunder. Of course, I did not have time to calculate, so he came here, which was also a blunder. There was a tactic to actually win the rook, which was something that, take here, I would take, and you would grab this knight. Yeah, at least one knight I can see that he would grab. And here I'm like, okay, I need to start simplifying. I don't know exactly how. Here he played this with that was really strange, because he had a free knight and a free bishop, and I just come here and I started thinking I really need to find a way to attack there. And this was a really, there's mate in 11 moves, but it actually got shorter because I didn't even realize that there was a mate here, but I don't think he did, because he played this, like, challenging my queen. Yeah, it was, I mean, and I was surprised with this checkmate. So yeah, it is what it is. it was a nice game because it was very strategic, and me and Velins, we were both thinking and making a very strategic moves, and then and then we reached the end game or even the middle game, and we didn't have time, so we both did a lot of stupid stuff, and he managed to outplay me. So yeah, this was the review of game number 10. I will post them today, the game number 9 and game number 10. And yeah, I'll play another game today, and we'll keep on reviewing the ones that might be more interesting. Let me know if you find interesting this type of reviews, if anyone learns anything about it. And again, if you want to play me, if you are not a GM or an IM or a professional, highly professional chess player, just write in the comments, and we'll make it happen. Or if you are in a similar journey of trying to raise your elo, yeah, just go ahead. So with this said, see you tomorrow.